I think a Justin Jefferson video is long overdue, but what better timing than when he just made his second Pro Bowl in both of his first 2 years. Now, there's an argument to be made that Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in all of football. I think the top 4 guys right now are Davante Adams, Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, and D-Hop. There's an argument for all 4 of these guys, but after doing a deep dive into Justin Jefferson's film, and before I break down this film with all of you guys, it stands out to me more and more that he has a very good chance to be one of the all-time great receivers. He has all the tangibles and intangibles, and in today's video, we're going to break all of that down. We're going to look at a few different parts of his game that make him so elite, and why I think he can have his name in the Randy Moss, Chad Ochocinco, and Terrell Owens category. His release, the top of his routes, the run after the catch, his ability to make contested catches and overcome bad situations. We have a ton of things to go over and a lot of clips to show, so you guys can see the full scope of how impressive he really is. So let's get right into it. So to start off this film analysis, there is so much to talk about, but I want to start out by playing a little game called How the Hell Do I Guard This Guy? We're going to look at 5 separate plays, and as a DB on an island with Justin Jefferson, how are you supposed to guard him? So the first play we're going to look at, Justin Jefferson is right here. Kirk Cousins is going to do like this little play action boot out to the right, and this is where a smart and effective release is so important. We can see later in the video how good his releases actually are, but it doesn't always have to be the craziest thing because he knows on this play, all the action is going to the right and he's on the far left, but he still needs to be a part on this play, so he is not going to be put in a position to get jammed or anything. As soon as this ball is snapped, there is no hesitation. Boom, take off straight to the right because it is man coverage. It's a cover 1, and he's going to roll out all the way to the right, and he's just going to let his 4.43 speed do the work. Kirk has pressure, but he sees Justin Jefferson streaking open and gets it right on him for a deep crossing route. So this first one of this little game we like to play is how the hell am I supposed to guard him? And you have to completely protect your inside leverage, and he's just going to take off without hesitation and be in on these plays that have all the action to the right, even though he's the furthest wide receiver. And on this next one, this is another play against the Lions, and this is a huge game because in this game, Adam Thielen went down very easy, and this is a huge thing because that helps out so much as a wide receiver. But to be a true number 1, you have to get all the attention on you and still be able to perform. Not to throw any names out there, but I did see CeeDee Lamb struggle a lot when Amari Cooper went down with an injury, but Justin Jefferson has been able to be very effective, so he's in that slot up here, and you will see the Minnesota Vikings convert so many thirds downs using this exact same route concept. And right here, this is called a stair step, and I'm gonna mention this a lot because Justin Jefferson is one of the best in the league at this, making you think he's gonna go inside when he's going out, making you think he's going outside when he's really going in. So he's gonna stair step, he's gonna be lined up with man cover 2 and get over the top, can just completely just get enough separation, and they rep this enough in practice where they can do this in their sleep. And I did mention players like Davante Adams, Cooper Kupp, and DeAndre Hopkins, and there is a difference because they do have Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, and Kyler Murray. And I'm sorry, Kirk is an amazing quarterback, but sometimes he can go out there and look like MVP Matt Ryan. Sometimes he looks like second half of the Super Bowl Matt Ryan. So there are a lot of plays when I was looking at this film where he was missed on some wide open deep balls that Aaron Rodgers just simply doesn't miss. But the second play on this is he can beat you on the outside, and repetitively in these Minnesota games, he is winning these outside routes and converting a ton of third downs with this stair step, as we're going to see a lot more in this film analysis. Okay, so you're a DB on an island. Right now we have Denzel Ward we're working against, and they do a one high safety, so it's going to be man coverage. And this is where you have to be worried about the inside going all the way across the field. You have to worry about the stair step. He's going to break out to make a first down, but also he does run a 4.43, so sometimes he can just say, yeah, I'm going to be straight up faster than you. Get the step, and they're going to rep this so much. This is one of the easiest completions you can get. A very good young corner in Denzel Ward, who is also very fast, but Justin Jefferson's able to get him a really good release, make him guess, but then ultimately just blow past him because right now he's thinking, all right, he still hasn't fully turned on him yet. He could break inside, he could break outside, but he just has the burners. This is a very easy pitch and catch. Now we're going to see Justin Jefferson lined up at the bottom of our screen right here. And so right now in the first 3 plays, we have deep all the way across the middle of the field. We have outbreaking routes. He can beat you with his speed, but what if you do everything right on this play? Well, this is exactly what the corner does because Justin Jefferson is going to try and blow right by him. The corner does a very good job staying even with him, almost even a little bit ahead of him. But look at this, Justin Jefferson, you usually have when you're running a fade route, you usually have 3 to 4 yards on the outside. He has 6, 7, 8 yards to the sideline. line. This gives Kirk Cousins a ton of room to make this throw. It's a good, not a great throw, but it allows Justin Jefferson, even when the quarterback does everything right, Kirk Cousins sees this, he knows that Justin Jefferson is going to be on the same page and makes a very tough back shoulder fade. So again, if you're a corner, what are you supposed to do? You're protecting your inside, you're protecting your outside, but you also have to give everything you can and use your ultimate speed to keep up with them streaking down the field. And even if you do all of that right, they can still get a 20-yard gain down the field like this. So before we go into a lot more technical stuff, what makes him so good, like his route running, his running after the catch, all that other stuff, we're going to play our last play of how the hell do you guard this guy. Again, in man coverage, he has another move in his arsenal that is just so deadly and just makes you think, how are you supposed to guard this guy? And the answer is you can't, and we're going to get that to a little bit. But again, he does a great job. You have to worry about inside, outside, over the top, back shoulder fade. But again, oh, Jesus, Kirk. This ball has to be thrown right now. As soon as he's throttling down, he has to be letting this ball go right now. He's still holding on to it, so he's even late on this throw. But again, look, he creates 4, maybe 4.5 yards of separation by stopping on an absolute dime to get this. And the throw is a little bit late, but he's able to corral it. And that's the respect you get from having breakaway speed right that, but also the agility just to stop on the dime. And they pick up a huge third down on this play. And now the next part of this film analysis, the next few clips we're going to show are all about how good he is at the top of his route. And so he's going to be up here at the top of the screen. He's going to run a zag or a Q or whatever people call it. And this is a very hard route to run and guard in man coverage. But let's see how it turns out. And this is what I think can put him in the category with a Terrell Owens, a Randy Moss, a Chad Johnson, because they do have this breakaway speed, but they also are tall, long enough to stop. Look at how he stops on an absolute dot. This is the top of the route, and this is where the moves are made. Right now, he could probably be open on a slant right now. It's going to be a very hard contested catch, and Seattle fans know this pass could even be intercepted. Sorry, Seattle fans, but he's able to stop, kind of reverse pivot, and just take off the other way. This is going to be an easy touchdown, and all how effective he is at the top of the route. And then again, he's going to get up, he's going to do his gritty, and that's what I absolutely love. He has all the tangibles, he has all the intangibles. Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, Chad Johnson, all of them have this cocky swagger about them that they could always back it up. And Justin Jefferson has this. He is the life force on this team. He's not the exact diva that you would expect him to be, but he's going to bring so much energy, and I think this is what it takes to be an elite receiver in the NFL and be one of those top guys.
Yo, what's going on? I just want to take like 15 seconds to explain some things really quick. So I haven't posted in a little bit over a week. There's a few reasons why. One, I just graduated from San Diego State University, so I was taking my finals. I also drove from San Diego to my hometown in Michigan, which took about 4 days. Contracted COVID on the way over there, so that's why I'm in my hotel right now. Got my little makeshift setup in my medicine cabinet. I don't want you guys to feel bad for me or anything, but now I'm here. I have time to watch a lot of football. But thank you guys so much for all your support. I'm sorry I was gone for over a week. I hated not posting videos. And if you made it to this point in the video, that's just confirmation that you have an enormous wiener. So thank you guys for all your support. I really love it. Appreciate y'all. Back to the Justin Jefferson video.
This just might be one of my favorite plays I've seen from him all season. This is just so beautiful. Looking at the top of the route specifically, but first looking at the release, he actually takes an inside release. And we looked at earlier plays that we saw in the film. He has to worry about his in-breaking routes because that can go all the way across the field. And right now he's at a disadvantage. But what he's going to do, especially after taking an inside release, what the corner doesn't expect is he's actually going to break out, and look how he baits him into committing a penalty right here. Like I said, he takes the inside release. The corner's playing it very well so far, but right as soon as he gets to the 6, he's going to come inside of him and break out to the outside, putting the corner in a terrible position. You can see the flag come in right here. He still creates so much separation on this play. It's ridiculous. They pick up the first down. If we can look at this at another angle at the top of the route, he does the stair step again. This is what I'm talking about. Everything in this right now, body language, everything is telling this corner that he's going to cut to the inside, but he's just not. And so what does it force the corner to do? It forces him to wrap him up, get a terrible holding call right here. It ends up being a DPI. So even if Kirk, let's say he just completely misses the throw and they don't connect on this, they're still going to get it because of the ability Justin Jefferson had at the top of his route to confuse the cornerback so bad. Again, we're going to see Justin Jefferson right here, and if you realize I have to point him out every single play, that's because he plays very, very well on the outside as well as he does on the inside, which is absolutely huge and is going to be so important what we talk about later in the film analysis. But again, this is going to be a cover one. Safety is going to drop deep. This linebacker here is going to kind of be the plug or the hole right here, and so Justin Jefferson is going to take a deep over route, but I don't even know if this was the design call, but he might have been supposed to be going under the linebacker. But once he sees him sit right here, he knows he has to get behind him because this is going to be a much better route for what the defense is running. And again, everything happens at the top of the route. Well, first let's look at the release. The corner tries to get hands on him. Immediately, Justin Jefferson is just going to swipe it off, so it pretty much didn't do anything. He's going to go behind the linebacker, and as soon as he gets there, he's going to go. This is the stair step I've been telling you guys about. Like, he's going to go to the outside, cut back in, and that is just enough to get the cornerback a good 2-3 yards of separation, because right now they're hip to hip. This stair step right here kind of throws him off. He's able to cut to the inside, get his separation. The top of the route wins the route for Justin Jefferson. And it's just the attention to detail at the top of the route that can really break games wide open. On this play, this is going to be a touchdown, and it confuses the corner and the safety. So he's going to take off down the field, and right here, it looks like he's going to go again. It's a third and long situation. How many times does Minnesota run this out route right at the sticks? A lot. So he's going to fake it right there. Look how the cornerback turns his hips like it's really hard to the outside. The safety sees that, and so he's going to be looking at this under route right here. So he's going to break on this because they think it's like a double out route, or on this case an in and an out. But on this play, he fakes it, beats him over the top. By the time the safety sees it, he's like, shit, this guy runs a 4.43, he's faster than me, and I'm out of position. But the top of the route is so important, and it's the little attention to detail that Justin Jefferson has that makes him such a great receiver, and it also breaks games wide open. And this is why he's been so crucial, especially since Adam Thielen's been out, because he has had more safety help over the top. But when you can do things like this, it doesn't even matter. So to make the claim that someone is the best receiver in the NFL or gonna be an all-time great, he has everything that we're looking at first. He has the ability to beat you inside, outside, over the top, fade. So you can't guard him one-on-one. That's what the all-time greats require. You require safety help over the top, but let's say it has to be even more than that. Can you be a number one guy when the number two or number three guy isn't available in the line? If they have even more attention on you, yes, we've seen it in the attention to detail to his routes. It allows him to do this. But what if nothing goes right? Can you still go up and make those contested catches? Look at the bottom of the screen here. We're just going to go over a series of plays where he just makes ridiculous catches. You have to have good hands. He's 6'1", 195 pounds, so he's not going to be the most physical guy, but trust me, he is a lot stronger than he looks. He's going to go up and snag balls through contact. He is very good at getting his feet in bounds too. So again, bottom of the screen, look at the release. Corner does a great job. Justin Jefferson just makes a better catch. And when Kirk Cousins gets more and more trust in him, as he has through the end of last season and throughout this entire season, you're going to see more and more plays like these. And again, if you look at the top of your screen right here, you'll see him just be able to go up and make these tough catches in one-on-one matchups when you see it. Every time you see him in one-on-one, Kirk is going to throw the ball. Safety help over the top puts it in a great spot, but an even better catch by Justin Jefferson. Times it up perfectly. He doesn't have a 40-inch vertical. I think it was like 37.5, but he is long, he is lanky. He's going to go up and get these feet in bounds, and he comes down with it more so than not. And he's not scared about that safety coming over the top. That is a true dog right there, and that's what I'm talking about, that cocky confidence. It's like, no, you're not going to get this ball. I'm going to go up and get it. I'm going to play defense if you have a good chance, and I'm not scared to take this hit. This is what I do. I am a true football player. These are the intangibles I'm talking about with Justin Jefferson. And again, in this Chargers game, at the top of your screen right here, he's like Oprah. You can get it. You can get Moss. I'm wearing this jersey. You saw me wear the Randy Moss jersey. I'm sorry. There's just no chance you're going to go up and get that over me. Again, we see a closer angle. He even has the little cheeky push off right now. Not enough to get called. It's like, hey, you're going to grab my jersey? I'm going to push you off. Like, ref's not going to call shit. They're going to see that. You're just going to go up and get it. Make these hard contested catches. That's the thing with guys like him that are under 200 pounds at the wide receiver position. People are going to question their physicality. You cannot question this with Justin Jefferson. He's going to play the slot. He's going to go over the middle of the field. He's going to take these hits. He's proven to be very durable so far. I mean, I'm knocking on wood right now, but he's going to be able to go up and make these catches. The physicality is not an issue, and I promise that was a thing going into the draft, but that is not an issue with Justin Jefferson. Jefferson. This is the last play we're going to go over. I absolutely love to see this because this is something that we see Sean McVay run a lot with Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. We see other coaches run this, but we don't see this a lot from the Minnesota Vikings. This is such a crucial part to your game because Justin Jefferson in the backfield causes a lot of problems, and they caught Green Bay in the worst defense possible because this poor soul right here, we already seen cornerbacks that are supposed to play press man-to-man coverage. They're the best of the best. Can't really do it. Safeties have to play the box. They have to play deep over the top. So when they are manned up with each other, this is an absolute problem, and Minnesota needs to do more of this, whether it's throwing Justin Jefferson in motion out of the backfield, give him a few handoffs, keeping the defense honest, or just letting him run routes out of the backfield, which he does here. Man-to-man with a safety, I'm sorry, it is not going to get much easier than this. He's going to beat him with a simple Texas route to the inside. This is about one of the easiest touchdown passes that Kirk or Justin Jefferson are going to receive. So this is the creativity with one of your best players. They do a good job moving them in from slot to outside, right, and left side of the field, as we saw in previous film. But stuff like this is the uniqueness that a McVay will run, but I haven't seen it from the Vikings as much, and we see the success in it. So hopefully in the future, they get a little bit more creative with your best players, because in the end of the day, your best players get the ball in their hands, good things will happen, whether it's yards after the catch, or it's just going to simply confuse the defense because they've never seen this look before, and it's going to give you an advantageous spot somewhere else. So as you can see, Justin Jefferson is fastly becoming one of the best receivers in the entire NFL. He can do everything you would want out of the wide receiver position. I love the way he showed to be a true number one. He stepped up huge when Adam Thielen went down, and he can play inside or outside and really just dominate. I think he has all the makings to be an elite NFL receiver for years and years to come, and his trajectory at such a young age has him on pace to be an all-time type of guy. And I'm putting my money on this guy for all of the reasons in this video. But let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about Justin Jefferson? I know he's becoming one of the top talents, but I hope you can see through this film analysis exactly what makes him so good and why defensive backs have a nightmare matchup whenever they have to go one-on-one on him. But let me know what you think. What was the most interesting thing you saw? Make sure to like this video if you like videos like these. Comment down below what you think and who you want me to cover next, and make sure to subscribe if you enjoy daily sports content. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for checking out the channel, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.